We couldn't start season 3 on a hotter note than with the one and only Katrina Kaif. That's right. My guest today is the dancing queen glamazon who's as hot as they come, but who's also a cricket playing, sweat swearing, chilled out bro. Yup, bet you didn't know that about her. And it's my job to make sure you get to know the many sides of your favorite actress. So please welcome to No Filter, Katrina. Katrina, welcome to the show. So there's this big rule when you're working out, and from what we've heard, no one's allowed to talk. So it's a good thing that we don't have dumbbells around, we don't have any gym equipment. Otherwise, you wouldn't do any talking, right?
Actually, you know what it is? It's actually opposite of what that sentence implies. That sentence implies I don't like to talk. That's the opposite. Okay. I like talking a little too much.
Okay, great. You're on the right show.
So what happens is, we all have like schedules to keep, right? So you have to, as it is, you're always trying to squeeze in your gym time before your work or after your work when you anyways don't have much time. And if you start getting me talking, then it's done. Then there's no workout which happens. There's no nothing which happens, and then you end up late for your shoots. And I already have to fight. I have to be a little bit proactive. Let's put it that way about being on time for my shoots. It's a struggle. It doesn't come naturally all the time. I'm much better now, I must say though.
I know. So here's the thing, Katrina, about you. You have a tendency of surprising people. So much so that when you actually would go to Yasmin, your friend's gym, and for many years, like almost 15 years or 10 years, a number of years you've been going, you've actually never made it on time. And one day you decided to shift the time to 8:30 in the morning. Nobody expected you, but now there's a new you. Why have you suddenly become this punctual Katrina?
I will answer this accusation very correctly.
Okay.
So I have had before I was very punctual, so that's a complete lie. So I negate that. I object in this court. But
yes,
in the last 2 years, I have been fairly, let's say, flexible with the time. When I say I'm gonna come, I come within an hour of the time.
Okay? That's not bad.
Not bad.
So what if you arrived 1 hour early today? You really took it to the other end of the spectrum.
Exactly. So what's happened recently is I've started. I've basically increased the length of my day quite a bit by introducing some new things which I wanted to do in my life and in my work.
Oh, so how do you do that?
Well, there was just some stuff that I wanted to do for myself kind of personally in regards to my work, and I needed more hours in my day, quite literally, as in like literally needed more hours. if shoots say generally we're called 11 a.m. to be ready for a shoot. So if you think that I wake up an hour before that, go to the gym, that was my day. And I realized I don't have enough hours and to be able to report to my shoots on time. So I decided that's it. There's a lifestyle change which is going to be taken, and that is going to be for me to wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and be in my workout gym at 8 or 8:30.
No matter what you're up at 7.
No matter what I'm doing. If it's a day I'm going to train. If I'm taking a day off, then it's fine. Then whatever.
And how many days in a week do you train?
I try to do 5.
That's a lie. I have a feeling you do 15.
15 in the day.
15 in a week.
15 in a week.
Yeah, we're looking at you right now. This is an audio show, and such a waste, guys, and you can only hear Katrina because she's sitting in front of me. She is lying. She works out at least 15 times a week.
But also, I have built I'm going to be a little like show-offy here right now.
Ahead.
I've got a lot of muscle memory because of training over the years, so you don't have to put in that much amount of hours. You just have to put in quality time. So anyway, when I said this change, okay, I told the people in my life, I'm coming at 8:30 and I'm coming on time.
And nobody was there.
Listen to me. Nobody was there the first day. I expected that. But the second day and the third day, she's still not coming on time. I'm saying, have you not got it yet that I am coming on time? Which now means you also please start reporting on time. So
but it's 15 years versus 3 days, Katrina. It's going to take time for you to redeem yourself.
You gotta be fast.
Yeah,
you gotta change it up. You can't get complacent, and you cannot you gotta just move.
I know, I get it. And then speaking of time, there's also a time when you pulled out your trainer from like parties to train. Who does that?
No. So this is Saturday afternoons when one is coming to the gym. This is not a normal person who is drinking on a Saturday afternoon, okay? Normal people who have normal, regular working lives like myself
Don't pull
Just
out their
the
trainers from
nice
their
stuff.
parties.
If they are drinking in the middle of the day, it is not my fault. That's all I have to say.
So
But in my defense, I have to say, or
always,
in my,
this show has to be in your
your
defense, because
defense, yeah.
nobody over here is going to take your side.
So even if it's not in my defense, what I would say is that the new improved me, how about that? The
Yeah.
new improved me is learning to be more self-dependent in the gym. I'd also like to tell you that.
Okay.
So I decided that I'm going to be more proactive now after a fair amount of years of being trained with my
And the
trainers.
muscle memory that
and
makes
the
you look amazing.
muscle memory to be able to do it on my own,
Okay.
which I think is important. You know, I think we become too reliant and on people, whoever it is in our lives, who are helping us, our trainers, your cook, your whatever it is. We don't need to be reliant. It's very important to have our knowledge in our own hands.
Yes, I totally agree. So you don't have to pull her out of parties, but you also
Absolutely.
threaten your trainer that if anything ever jiggles when you're dancing,
Yes, this threat I have now.
and on camera, you're going to go public on your trainer
Yes.
and say,
Yes.
your trainer's no good.
Yes, I have said this. I see. The thing about me is I speak the truth. If I don't want to say
Finally,
it,
she agrees to something.
then I will. If I don't want to say it, then I will. I will gumao the topic and I not answer or something. But if I address it directly, my answer
Tell us
will
when
be
you're
true.
gumaing the topic. Let's have a code for
I
it.
will. I
Yeah?
will. No, I'll tell you blatantly that I'm not going to say this because of X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
But here, I plead guilty to this accusation.
That you have
I have said
threatened
this.
your
Yes,
trainer.
my exact words were, if anything jiggles when I dance, yes.
Except the flick of the hair.
Except the flick of the hair. That's
Yeah.
allowed. You've had it, were my words.
So then,
Fair
has
enough,
it ever been that you've gone and stood in front of the camera and seen anything go like, I'm not okay with this?
No, I mean I'm joking. Of course, of course things jiggle when you dance, and of course things move when you dance. But these are just my ways of trying to see. I drive myself very hard at work.
Yeah,
I mean I think we
know
all do,
that,
but
yeah.
I
no.
do drive myself very hard.
You're in other levels, so
Probably sometimes I can go a little beyond what's required, but I drive myself hard, so the people who are around me working with me, I kind of expect a high level of dedication out of them as well, because you feel that you're putting in, that it's your work also, we're working together. So it's kind of that way that you kind of you want that out of people as well. You want the best out of them for them to be able to help you.
Absolutely.
But we also try and do it in a fun way, because after so many years together, I know it cannot be a joy ride every training session with me that Yasmin has. I must be a little bit painful from time to time.
No,
so
you don't seem like you're painful at all. Speaking of dedication, I really want to bring this up, and a lot of people think of you and look at you as, like, of course, this number one star in the country and all, but you don't actually think that any job is too little. You were on the sets of Bang Bang once, and you did not have a gym there to even work out, and you would actually work out in the porch, and you would actually clean the porch out before working out. Tell us about that.
This sounds like somebody has given a very poor rendition of this event which happened.
But then you do the right one, because I can't imagine, nobody can imagine Katrina actually sweeping the floors.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a really intellectual answer right now. You're gonna come over there and cross from your chair and hit me, but I just feel like giving it. Can I just give you a really intellectual answer?
Because you are that person.
As an artist, which I think every actor considers themselves in some way or form an artist, or at least that's what I was aspiring to be. You have to have it's important for me, at least this is my interpretation. Your sense of self cannot be very, very strong. If my identity is so strong that I think I am this or I think I am that, then there's no space for me to become anything. When I say become anything, I mean what we want to be in our films.
Yeah.
And this is something which I'm trying to do in myself genuinely. We build up this persona and who we are, like, when we're in our real life, in parties, in front of the media, but actually to be able to perform in the way that one would, I think, eventually really want to. And for me, the way that I really, aspire to and want to work towards being, you have to just have no ego, whether you call it a sense of self or you call it ego, whatever you want to call it.
But a lot of actors need to hear this. Not everybody thinks so. A lot of actors actually, when they're on set, and those are the ones who actually form this opinion even for the people outside, that they think that there are a lot of jobs that are below them. And then suddenly when somebody hears of someone like you, and I'm going to address you as third person, like a Katrina Kaif sweeping the floors before doing her workout, I feel like it's a great story to put out there.
Well, this particular incident was just kind of like a joke. Like, it was just me and Yas, and we were trying to work out, and there was a bunch of leaves on the porch, and we were sweeping, and so someone